In last lecture, we solved the examples related to estimating the precipitation, missing rainfall data. This is the first example in which we have solved the missing precipitation data, missing rainfall data for unknown station. So in that, the missing station was X, whose rainfall record which is unknown. The other rain gauge stations having rainfall values that are known values for the stations A, B, and C. For A, B, C, a known station site, and station X, which is unknown station, missing station. The problem related to missing rainfall data. In that, we will solve this example. The weighted mean missing rainfall data that is calculated by this equation Px is equal to 1 by 3 into bracket P1 into nx by n1 plus P2 into nx by n2 plus P3 into nx by n3. By putting these values of known stations, rainfall record of the known stations, we get the missing precipitation data. हे आपण सॉल्व केलंय. समजले प्रॉब्लेम? Any difficulty in this? And the second problem we solved, finding the mean precipitation for the area by Thiessen polygon method. Thiessen polygon method use करून काय काढायचं होतं? Mean precipitation or average precipitation for the area. This problem was solved, and we have found the average precipitation for this polygon area having 7.36 centimeter. The formula which is used for this is P is equal to P1 A1 plus P2 A2 plus P3 A3 up to Pn An divided by total area. That gives the mean precipitation over the basin area. Then third problem was solved. Finding the average depth of annual precipitation over the basin area by isoatal method. By isoatal method, in that isoads are formed, isoatal map that is formed for the given areas, and corresponding to that isoids are shown, area and isoids. By using this formula that is given in the isoatal method, from that we get the mean average depth of annual precipitation over the basin area that we have calculated. It is P is equal to 99.05 centimeter. The equation that is used for this method, isoatal method, is P is equal to P1 A1 plus P2 A2 up to Pn An divided by total area, addition of all the areas. In this also, the isoids are given corresponding to that areas that are shown in kilometer square. In tabular form, we have calculated the average incremental areas, average incremental values of isoids P1, P2, P3 up to Pn, average rainfall. Then rainfall volume for we have calculated P1 A1, P2 A2 up to Pn An. Then from that we have taken the summation of all the areas, summation of all the rainfall volumes. Then the formula which is used for finding the average precipitation is summation of PA divided by summation of A. That gives the average precipitation of the basin area. That is 81.51 mm. पर्यंत आपण प्रॉब्लेम्स पाहिले होते. आणि डिफिकल्टी इन दिस पर्यंत काय समजण्याचं आहे का? Please ask. You can ask in chat box or you can unmute yourself. Any difficulty? Okay. The next problem we are going to see. Write down this problem. Example is a reservoir with surface area of 300 hectares. Has the following average meteorological values during a given week. So the meteorological values, the data collected from meteorological department, that is given in this problem. The reservoir surface area किती आहे? 300 hectares. And the meteorological values is given for a week. For 1 week, this meteorological data is collected. Okay. The water temperature is having 30 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 50%. The wind velocity 1 meter above ground is 12 km per hour. Okay. सर्वांनी लिहून घ्या problem. Mean barometer reading is 750 mm of Hg, 750 mm of mercury. In terms of mercury, हे reading घेतलेलं आहे. Thus, reservoir with surface area किती आहे? पहिल्यांदा 300 hectares is the given data. Water temperature, meteorological values are given. Temperature of water that is observed 30 degrees Celsius आहे पाण्याचं तापमान. आणि त्या एरियाची relative humidity of that area is 50%. Wind velocity 1 meter above the ground, 1 meter ground levelच्या 1 meter वर wind velocity काढलेली आहे. That is 12 km per hour. Okay. Then mean barometer reading is having 750 mm of Hg. G म्हणजे काय? Mercury. Mean barometer reading घेतलेलं आहे. काय काढायला सांगितलंय? Estimate the average daily evaporation. Evaporation losses हा problem आहे. Finding the evaporation losses from the reservoir. Estimate the average daily evaporation from the lake. त्या तलावामधनं किती daily evaporation किती होतं? Evaporation losses ते काढायचे. How much the evaporation losses that occur from the lake or from the lake reservoir. Daily evaporation किती होते? And the volume of water evaporated from the lake during this week. Volume of water evaporated किती पाणी, किती volume of पाणी ते evaporate झालेलं आहे from that lake during this week. एका आठवड्यात किती पाणी ते evaporation झालेलं आहे ते काढायचं आहे. समजलं problem? To make the use of Mayer's formula and Rohr's formula. Mayer's formula आणि Rohr's formula यूज करायचा आहे, दोन्हीचं कंपॅरिझन करायचं आहे. सर्वांनी लिहून घेतले प्रॉब्लेम?
नो सर.
ठीक आहे, लिहून घ्या. Reservoir with a surface area of 300 hectares has the following average meteorological values during a given week. 300 hectare ची reservoir area आहे, which is area of lake reservoir, which contains which has meteorological values of that area, 300 hectare area. त्या 300 हेक्टर एरिया जेवढी एरिया आहे ती हेक्टर त्या तिथली हे मेट्रोलॉजिकल व्हॅल्यूज घेतलेले आहेत. वॉटर टेम्परेचर, पाण्याचं तापमान घेतलं आहे 30 डिग्री सेल्सिअस. रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी ऑफ दॅट एरिया इज 50%. Wind velocity 1 meter above the ground is 12 kilometer per hour. Okay. Mean barometer reading is 750 mm of Hg. These are the given values. You have to estimate the average daily evaporation from the lake reservoir. Daily evaporation किती होते हैं? Average daily evaporation from that lake reservoir ते करायचं आहे. Average daily evaporation and the volume of water evaporated from the lake during this week. Whole week, how much the volume of water that is evaporated, that you have to find. Okay. You have to use the Mayer's formula and Rohr's formula by which the evaporation losses are calculated. लिहून घेतले प्रॉब्लेम? समजलं का प्रॉब्लेम? सर्वांनी लिहून घ्या. झाले लिहून?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first step, using Mayer's formula. Mayer's formula use करायचं. Using Mayer's formula, then using Rohr's formula. So in Mayer's formula and Rohr's formula, what that formula? We'll see again. Is Mayer's formula. Estimating the evaporation losses. The empirical formula that are used for estimating the evaporation losses. त्यामध्ये Mayer's formula आहे. This Mayer's formula. आपण पाहिलं होतं. E is equal to capital E is equal to Km into ES minus EA into bracket 1 plus V9 by 16. हा Mayer's formula. त्यामध्ये E म्हणजे काय? Capital E, evaporation from the water body in mm per day. In mm per day, the evaporation losses are calculated. Capital E. त्यानंतर Km म्हणजे काय? Km is the coefficient having value of 0.36 for large deep waters and 0.5 for small and shallow waters. Km a coefficient hai. That is taken as 0.36 for large deep waters and 0.5 for shallow waters. Then ES is the saturation vapor pressure at the water surface temperature in mm of mercury. Saturation vapor pressure है ES. EA is the actual vapor pressure of overlying air in mm of mercury at specified height. This is actual vapor pressure. Then V9, monthly mean wind velocity in kilometer per hour at a given height above the ground. 9 मीटर घेतलेले आहे. जेवढे काही हाईट दिली असेल, विंड वेलोसिटी दिली असेल, जेवढे काय हाईटला ती वेलोसिटी घ्यायची, मंथली मीन विंड वेलोसिटी इन किलोमीटर पर आवर हे व्हॅल्यू या इक्वेशन मध्ये ठेवायचं. त्यावरनं काय मिळेल, एव्हपोरेशन लॉसेस फ्रॉम द वॉटर बॉडी इन mm पर डे. ओके, हा मेयर्स फॉर्म्युला वाटल्यास लिहून घ्या. हे फॉर्म्युला मेयर्स फॉर्म्युला, त्याचे नोटेशन लिहून घ्या. E is equal to Km into bracket ES minus EA into bracket 1 plus V9 by 16. V9 इथे हाईट नुसार घेते, तर या प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये 1 मीटर दिले आहे, तर V1 घ्यायचं. At V1 1 meter depth, the wind velocity is given. Okay, लिहून घ्या हे मेयर्स फॉर्म्युला. लिहून घेतले. लिहून घ्या फॉर्म्युला आणि त्याचे नोटेशन्स लिहून घ्या. लिहिले सर्वांनी?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the second formula, Rover's formula. Rover's formula is given by capital E is equal to 0.771 into bracket 1.465 minus 0.000732 PA into bracket 0.44 plus 0.0733 into V 0.6 into bracket ES minus EA. त्यामध्ये E म्हणजे काय, सेम या इथे जे दिले होते, evaporation from the water body in mm per day. The PA is the mean atmospheric pressure barometric reading in mm of mercury, जे दिलेलं आहे प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये. barometric reading in mm of mercury that is given, त्यालाच काय म्हणतात, mean atmospheric pressure. PA is given V 0.6 is equal to mean wind velocity in kilometer per hour at ground level, which can be considered at 0.6 meter above the ground. ES is the saturation vapor pressure and EA is the actual vapor pressure. It's the Rover's formula. लिहून घ्या फॉर्म्युला आणि त्याचे notations. Write down this formula. लिहून घेतले. The velocity at any height z, that is calculated by this equation. Vz is equal to c into z raised to 1 by 7. The ratio of the heights is given. Vz1 divided by Vz2 is equal to z1 by z2 raised to 0.143. Okay, लिहून घेतलं इक्वेशन आहे.
सर पुढचं नाही लिहिलं.
कुठलं हे?
हा
हा लिहून घ्या. ठीक है, लिहिले
येस सर.
फॉर्म्युला समजलाय, एम्पिरिकल फॉर्म्युला, मेयर्स फॉर्म्युला and Rohr's formula. Mayr's formula is E is equal to Km into bracket Es minus Ea into bracket 1 plus V9 by 16. Okay. And Rohr's formula is E is equal to 0.771 into bracket 1.465 minus 0.00732 into Pa into bracket 0.44 plus 0.0733 into V 0.6 into bracket Es minus Ea. These are the two empirical formulas for calculating the evaporation from the water body in mm per day. हा फॉर्म्युला यूज करून evaporation losses काढायचे. So first, using the empirical formula, Mayr's formula, E is equal to Km into Es minus Ea into bracket 1 plus V9 by 16. The Km is equal to 0.36. Km काय घ्यायचं आहे? 0.36. The coefficient Km is coefficient having value 0.36 for large deep waters and 0.5 for shallow waters. The 0.36 घेतलेलं आहे. 0.36 for large deep water. Yes, saturation vapor pressure at 30 degrees Celsius. Saturation vapor pressure at 30 degrees Celsius. That is 31.82 mm of mercury. इथे काय दिलेलं आहे? Mean barometric reading 750 mm of mercury is given. Okay. त्यावरनं the saturation vapor pressure काढायचं आहे at 30 degrees Celsius in terms of mercury. That is 31.82 mm of mercury. EA actual vapor pressure काढायचं आहे 50%. That is given 50% काय दिलेलं आहे? Relative humidity 50%. So it's a ratio EA by ES म्हणजे काय? Relative humidity, ratio of actual vapor pressure divided by saturation vapor pressure 50%. काय? Relative humidity. Therefore EA काढायचं actual vapor pressure, EA is equal to 50% of ES. ES इकडे मल्टिप्लाय झाला 50% ला. 50% म्हणजे काय? 0.5. हा रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी आहे. EA बाय ES काय आहे? 50%. ES इकडे गेलाय. EA काय येईल? 50% इंटू ES, 50% इंटू ES. ES is 31.82. 0.5. 50% म्हणजे काय? 0.5. 31.82 च्या 50%. म्हणजे किती येईल? 0.5 multiply by 31.82. किती येईल? 15.91 mm of mercury. 15.91 mm of Hg. Okay. समजलं? ये कसं काढलं समजलं? E is equal to 50% of ES. 50% percent of ES 0.5 into 31.82. लिहून घेतलं इथपर्यंत. सॉल्व केलंय. EA काढायचंय. नंतर V9 फॉर्म्युला मध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे V9 म्हणजेच काय इथे 1 मीटर अबोव विंड वेलोसिटी दिलेलं आहे. तर V1 घ्यायचं आहे. V1 इज इक्वल टू किती दिलेलं आहे 12 किलोमीटर पर आवर. that is given. दिले पहा V1 wind velocity above wind velocity 1 meter above the ground 12 kilometer per hour. म्हणजे काय झालं V1 relative humidity is EA by ES. तर V1 दिलेलं आहे 12 kilometer per hour. Okay, so V1 is taken as 12 kilometer per hour. तर V9 आपल्याला काढायचं आहे at 9 मीटर. तर इक्वेशन मध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे 9 मीटर above the ground. V9 at V9 9 meter above the ground we have to find the mean wind velocity. Okay, V9 काय रेजर रेशो घ्यायचा आहे. इथे फॉर्म्युला दिलाय पहा VZ1 by VZ2 is equal to Z1 by Z2 raised to 0.143. हा फॉर्म्युला यूज करायचा. हा रेशो यूज करायचा विंड वेलोसिटी काढण्यासाठी. इथे घेतले पहा V9 VZ1 by VZ2 म्हणजे V9 ला काढायचं आहे. V1 दिलेलं आहे 1 मीटर अबोव द ग्राउंड दिलेलं आहे. तर 9 मीटरला काढायचं V9 by V1 येईल. ओके, डेप्थ काय लिहिते Z1 by Z2 this is Z1 this is Z2 दोन्हीचा रेशो आहे. Z1 किती आहे Z9 घ्या Z1 depth at 9 meter divided by Z1. Z9 म्हणजे काय 9 मीटर. This is written here Z9 divided by 1 Z1 raised to 0.143. Okay, therefore V9 is equal to 9 raised to 0.143. so V1 इकडे गेलाय. ओके, तर मल्टिप्लाय झाला म्हणजे ते 12 किलोमीटर इकडे आला. V1 किती आहे इथे दिलेले पहा 12 किलोमीटर पर आवर. ओके, याला मल्टिप्लाय झाला 9 raised to 0.143 into 12 किलोमीटर पर आवर. कॅल्क्युलेट करा किती येते व्हॅल्यू. कॅल्क्युलेट करा. therefore V9 is equal to 9 raised to 0.143 into 12 kilometer per hour. तर दोन्हीचं मल्टिप्लिकेशन केल्यावर किती येईल 16.43 kilometer per hour. It is the wind velocity at 9 meter above the ground. आधी किती होतं 1 मीटर ग्राउंड लेवलच्या 1 मीटर वर 12 किलोमीटर पर आवर होतं. 9 मीटरला किती आहे 16.43 किलोमीटर पर आवर. कितीने वाढलाय 4.43 किलोमीटर पर आवर नी वाढलाय. विंड वेलोसिटी at 9 meter is rise above the ground level with the 4.43 kilometer per hour. समजलं. काय काय व्हॅल्यू काढले आपण V9 काढलंय. काय लागतं V9 नंतर EA ES पण काढलंय ES. by putting all these values in the equation. Okay, 16.43 आले. Correct. Okay. Now put this all these values in this Mayer's empirical formula. क्या है formula? Formula is E is equal to Km into bracket ES minus EA into bracket 1 plus V9 by 16. ठीक है, हाँ फॉर्मूला यूज करायचं. Put these values. Km ची व्हॅल्यू ठेवायचं आहे. Km is see this. Km is 0.36. ES is equal to 31.82. EA 15.91. Then value of V9 जे आपण काढलंय तिथे ठेवायचं 16.43 divided by 16. Now इक्वेशन सॉल्व करायचं, ब्रॅकेट सॉल्व करायचं आहे. त्यानंतर ब्रॅकेट सॉल्व करून नंतर मल्टिप्लाय करायचं आहे. 0.36 multiply this bracket of this bracket multiply the value of this bracket. पहिल्यांदा ब्रॅकेट सगळे सॉल्व करून घ्यायचे, तर मल्टिप्लाय करायचं. The value of evaporation losses then is equal to 11.61 mm per day. आले का सगळ्यांचं? सगळ्यांची व्हॅल्यू आली का?
नो सर.
कॅल्क्युलेट करा. आले व्हॅल्यू? ठीक है. Next, total evaporation volume in 7 days for 1 week from the area 300 hectares. Surface area is 300 hectares. The total evaporation volume in 7 days पूर्ण वीक साठी काढायचं आपल्याला. तर एका दिवसासाठी आपण काढलं होतं 11.61 mm per day. Every day the evaporation loss is 11.61 mm. Okay, तर पूर्ण 7 दिवसांसाठी काढायचं आहे for 1 week. Then we get 11.61 divided by 1000 मीटर मध्ये करायचं आहे. 11.61 divided by 1000 into 7 for 7 days म्हणजे 7 for 1 week. 7 days ni multiply करायचं. 7 into area 300 into 10 raised to 4 मीटर स्क्वेअर मध्ये घ्यायचं. 300 हेक्टर्स मीटर स्क्वेअर मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं. 10 raised to 4 नि मल्टिप्लाय केलं. 300 hectares is equal to 300 into 10 raised to 4 square meter. Multiply this, we get the total evaporation for 1 week is 223810 meter cube. The volume, total evaporation volume meter cube मध्ये काढलेलं आहे. The total evaporation volume EV is equal to 223810 meter cube. This is the total evaporation volume for 1 week. म्हणलं आपल्या सगळ्यांचा कॅल्क्युलेट करा. समजलं सगळ्यांना?
येस सर. Next step, using Rohr's formula. The Rohr's formula is करायचं. Rohr's formula
is E is equal to the Rolle's formula. E is equal to 0.771 into bracket 1.465 minus 0.00735 into PA into bracket 0.44 plus 0.0733 V 0.6 into bracket ES minus EA. High equation. Okay. The equation. दिले पहा यामध्ये E is equal to काय 0.771 into 1.465 minus 0.00732 into PA into bracket 0.44 plus 0.0733 into V 0.6 into ES minus EA. त्यामुळे PA काय mean atmospheric pressure or barometric reading in mm of mercury. Then B 0.6 is the mean wind velocity in kilometer per hour, which is considered at depth 0.6 meter above the ground. हा इक्वेशन यूज करायचं. इक्वेशन लिहून घ्या सर्वांनी. इक्वेशन लिहून घ्या. Next, Rolle's formula. Put the values. ES is 31.82 mm of mercury. That is given. ES is equal to 31.82 mm of mercury. EA is calculated 15.91 mm of mercury. PA is equal to 750 mm of mercury. Okay. PA is given 750 mm of mercury. So find first mean wind velocity at 0.6 meter above the ground. Okay. So 1 meter above the ground दिलेला आहे. So 1 meter above the ground, mean wind velocity is 12 kilometer per hour. The mean barometric reading is given 750 mm of mercury. Okay. PA, that is PA, is 750 mm of mercury. The ratio is correct. VZ1 VZ1 divided by VZ2 is equal to Z1 by Z2 is to 0.143. Put the values. B 0.6 divided by V1. 0.6 ला करते divided by 1. 0.6 है आणि 1 है. 1 meter above दिलेला आहे. 0.6 ला काढायचं. Okay. So V 0.6 is equal to V1 किती आहे 12 kilometer per hour. इकडे गेला हा इकडे झाला V1 इकडे मल्टिप्लाय झालेला आहे. हा इकडे गेला 12 kilometer per hour. 0.6 divided by 1 raised to 0.143. Value of V.06 V 0.6 is 11.15 km per hour. The mean wind velocity at 0.6 meter above the ground. V 0.6. आलं का सगळ्यांचं व्हॅल्यू लिहून घेतले सर्वांनी. समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. 0.6 कसं काढलं समजलं. ओके पहिलं स्टेप समजलं का. V1 is 12 km per hour and V 0.6 is 11.15 km per hour. It is calculated from this equation. V 0.6 divided by V1 is equal to 0.6 by 1 raised to 0.143. Okay. So put this value in this equation, E is equal to 0.771 into equation में ठेवायचं आहे 1.465 minus 0.00732 into 750. PA is given 750 mm of mercury. mm of mercury is दिलेला आहे PA. B 0.6 हे काढलेला आहे ES minus EA. No? The PA is 750 mm of mercury. 0.44 plus 0.0733 11.15. निकाला 11.15 B 0.6 जे आपण काढले. Okay. हे झालं B 0.6 11.15 ठेवल्यास PA ठेवलाय त्यानंतर ES 31.81 EA is 15.91. ES minus EA. Okay. ES minus EA दोन्हीचं subtraction करायचं आहे. Solve the bracket. Okay. Bracket solve केल्यानंतर काय येईल? Put all these values, then you get the evaporation is 14.13 mm per day. आणि सगळ्यांचं अरे value total evaporation loss. Evaporation loss for 1 day is 14.13 mm per day. त्यानंतर for 1 week काढायचं आहे. जसं आपण मेज फॉर्म्युला मध्ये काढलं तसं काढायचं आहे. टोटल इव्हॅपोरेशन व्हॉल्यूम 14.13 divided by 1000 करायचं आहे. मीटर मध्ये येईल 1000 into 7 days करायचं आहे for 1 week into 300 into 10⁴ is the area of lake reservoir in meter square. मीटर स्क्वेअर मध्ये कन्वर्ट केले. 300 हेक्टर्स होतं त्यामध्ये मीटर स्क्वेअर मध्ये कन्वर्ट केले. मल्टिप्लाय बाय 10⁴. 1 hectare is equal to 10⁴ meter square. Okay. त्यावरनं टोटल इव्हॅपोरेशन व्हॉल्यूम किती येईल 296730 meter cube. The evaporation volume. The evaporation volume that is calculated by Rohr's formula. Rohr's formula ni he very million total evaporation loss for 1 week. दोन्ही मध्ये comparison करायचे. Evaporation loss that is calculated from Mayer's formula and Rohr's formula. कुठला जास्त आहे यामधला Rohr's formula यूज करून किती आहे व्हॅल्यू 296730. ओके. तर इकडे total evaporation by using Mayer's formula is 223810. 223810 आहे आणि ही व्हॅल्यू बाय Rohr's formula 296730. म्हणजे the evaporation volume is by Rohr's formula is greater than evaporation volume of Mayer's formula. ही व्हॅल्यू किती आहे 223810 This is 296732. Therefore, the E by Rohr's formula, that is greater than E of Mayer's formula. कितनी जास्त है? 20% is greater than Mayer's formula. Total evaporation volume by Rohr's formula is 20% greater than total evaporation volume by Mayer's formula. 20% greater है. There is a difference between the total evaporation volume by Rohr's formula and Mayer's formula. आले ही व्हॅल्यू सगळ्यांची आली व्हॅल्यू दोन्ही व्हॅल्यू आलेत का टोटल इव्हॅपोरेशन व्हॉल्यूम समजलं नसेल तर विचारा Some other problem? Any difficulty in this? समजलं प्रॉब्लेम इथपर्यंत काही डिफिकल्टी आहे का यामध्ये ओके सर्वांचा झालाय प्रॉब्लेम कॅल्क्युलेट केले सर्वांनी Any difficulty in this? समजलं का भागवत तिटे माने समजलं का मकानदार राडे भेंडेकर कांबळे ताळेकर मुलाणी राऊत Any difficulty in this? पाटील समजलं का सगळ्यांना समजलं इथपर्यंत ठीक आहे तर पुढच्या लेक्चरला एमसीक्यू टेस्ट असेल ओके सर्वांनी इथपर्यंत फर्स्ट युनिट संपलेला आहे we have covered this first unit we are going to start second unit rainfall runoff relationship okay तर पुढच्या लेक्चरला तर MCQ टेस्ट असेल. So be prepared for that based on first unit. Okay. आता आपण सेकंड युनिट स्टार्ट करू. समजलं इथपर्यंत या प्रॉब्लेम काय डाऊट आहे का? समजलं असेल तर विचारा. So we will start the second unit. Before that, you complete this example. Okay. परत एकदा रिव्ह्यू करा. काही समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. We'll start the second unit. Okay. तोपर्यंत एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करा. एक्झाम्पल काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का? इक्वेशन यांची व्हॅल्यू बरोबर आली का चेक करा. ओके. We'll start the second unit in few minutes. Solve this example. समजलं इथपर्यंत? Example? Any doubt in this? Please ask. Okay. The second unit is rainfall runoff relationship. त्या युनिट नंतर नेक्स्ट पुढच्या लेक्चरला ज्यावेळेस आपलं लेक्चर असेल त्यावेळेस एमसीक्यू टेस्ट असेल 1 तासाची, which is of 20 marks. 20 MCQ questions will be there. You have to attempt the 20 questions. Okay. So in first unit, we have seen introduction to hydrology. We'll see the overview of first unit. First unit मध्ये आपण काय काय पाहिलंय? Is related to hydrology. Hydrology. Introduction to hydrology. त्यामध्ये the definition of hydrology, what is hydrology, that you have seen. The history and importance of hydrology, that you have studied. Hydrologic cycle, the various terms related to hydrologic cycle, that includes precipitation, infiltration, evaporation, transpiration, precipitation, infiltration, evaporation, transpiration, evapotranspiration. These are the terms related to hydrologic cycle. The first unit मध्ये हे terms आपण सगळे पाहिले. त्यामध्ये second unit is rainfall runoff relationship. त्यामध्ये runoff इथे दिले आहे runoff, the water, the excess water flowing on the ground surface, that is runoff. हा term आपण पाहणार आहे hydrologic cycle मधला. In the second unit, runoff. First unit मध्ये आपण काय पाहिलं? Precipitation, infiltration, evaporation, transpiration, evapotranspiration. These terms were studied in first unit. The second unit मध्ये काय स्टडी करायचं आहे? Rainfall runoff relationship. तर आपण नेक्स्ट यामध्ये in that, again, in this hydrologic cycle, we have studied in detail what is precipitation, definition of precipitation, whether and its precipitation potential, then saturation pressure, lapse rate, dry adiabatic lapse rate, adiabatic saturation lapse rate, humidity and relative humidity, and the types of precipitation, and the measurement of rainfall by rain gauges, using various types of rain gauges. Types of rain gauges, in that we have studied non-recording rain gauges and recording type rain gauges, that we have studied. Then after that, we have studied how to estimate the missing rainfall data. Then design of rain gauge network. Design of the rain gauge network. Okay. Then another, analyzing the precipitation data. In that we have seen different types of curves, graphs, rainitograph, then mass rainfall curve, mass curve of rainfall, then moving average curve of annual rainfalls, depth area duration curve, DAD curves, and infiltration, evaporation, and transpiration. प्रत्येक टर्म आपण डिटेल मध्ये पाहिलंय. And the numerical based on the precipitation, evaporation, that you have seen. Okay. These are various uh, contents which is covered in this first unit, Introduction to Hydrology. Finally, आपण problems solve केलेत. Examples were taken. The unit 2 is rainfall runoff relationship. या दोन्हीमध्ये relationship काय आहे? Rainfall and runoff. Okay. Second unit is rainfall runoff relationship. The rainfall म्हणजे काय? जे आता जे आपण first unit मध्ये पाहिले, rainfall is it is a term related to hydrologic cycle that is comes under precipitation. Precipitation चा एक term आहे. जसं आपण precipitation मध्ये rainfall आहे, snowfall आहे, then other terms related to precipitation, rainfall and snowfall, etc. So rainfall and runoff, the relationship काय? Rainfall we know precipitation जे आपण first unit मध्ये पाहिले. Precipitation that we have studied. Precipitation म्हणजे काय? The water so that falls on the ground surface. The water which comes back to the surface of earth in its various forms. So when rainfall occurs, when rain falls on the ground, then it comes on the surface after condensation. When clouds are formed, the water comes back to the surface of the earth in various forms, like rain in the form of rain, in the form of snow, in the form of hail, sleet. These are various forms of precipitation. So that is known as precipitation. The water which comes back to the earth's surface in its various forms, in the form of rainfall, snowfall, hail, sleet. They are forms of precipitation. Precipitation, rainfall. When rain comes on the earth's surface, that is a form of precipitation in the form of rainwater. Rainfall. Okay. The precipitation. Precipitation or rainfall. So what is runoff and its factors affecting the runoff? Runoff, we are going to see the definition of runoff. What is runoff? आपण पाहिलं definition of precipitation, rainfall. Runoff, what is runoff? Runoff is defined as the portion of the precipitation that makes its way towards rivers or ocean as its as surface or subsurface flow. So when rainwater falls on the ground, it will fall onto the ground. It will infiltrate into the ground, and the excess water it will flow over the ground surface. So that precipitation, portion of precipitation, that is called runoff. Like I mentioned, runoff. When the rainwater falls on the ground, it flows towards the ocean or river or lake, or it will percolate into the ground. So that rainwater that flows on the ground surface, or it flows below the ground surface. That portion of the precipitation that is called runoff. Like I mentioned, runoff. The hydrological cycle में तुम्हाला समजेल तो फॉर्म कसा आहे, runoff काय आहे. In the hydrologic cycle, it is shown here. It is runoff. Runoff is दाखवले पहा. हा इथे runoff आहे. The term related to precipitation is the portion of precipitation. Precipitation is a portion when rain falls on the ground surface. When rainfall is दाखवले पहा arrows. Okay. So it will, when it falls on the ground, it will percolate, infiltrate into the ground. Then initially it is dry. So, if its soil is dry, then first it will fall into the ground surface. It will infiltrate. The whites मधनं पाणी कुठे जाते हैं? जमिनीमध्ये जाते हैं. पाणी त्या whites मधनं हे पाणी ग्राउंड वॉटर टेबलला ते जाऊन मिळते. म्हणजे ग्राउंड वॉटर टेबल इथे दाखवले डॉटेड लाईन. Infiltration is दाखवले for infiltration. And after that, the water, due to rise of water table, that rainwater, it will flow towards the lake. म्हणजे कुठे जाऊन मिळते ते पाणी? पहिल्यांदा तलावामध्ये ते जाऊन मिळते. त्यानंतर पुढे कुठे जाऊन मिळते? रिव्हर. Again, it will go towards the sea or ocean. The excess water, it will flow over the ground surface. इथे arrow दाखवले पहा. कुठे जाऊन मिळते पाणी? लेक तलावामध्ये जाऊन मिळते. Surface water that flow towards the lake, and ground water subsurface flow, it will flow below the ground surface and it will reach towards the lake or river or reservoir or sea. This on the surface and this is below the surface. Above the ground surface च्या वर, जमिनीच्या वर, ground level च्या वर आणि ground level च्या खाली, below the surface, subsurface flow. Like on the subsurface flow, above the on the surface, it is called surface flow. That is runoff. Runoff चे दोन forms आहेत. The form of precipitation. Like काय म्हणायचं? Runoff. समजलं runoff म्हणजे काय? It is a portion of precipitation. It flows towards the lake, reservoir, or river, or sea, or the on the surface flow, as a surface flow or subsurface flow. That rainwater will reach to the lake, river, or sea. That portion of precipitation, that is called runoff. Like काय म्हणायचं? Runoff. समजलं runoff म्हणजे काय? तर precipitation एक फॉर्म आहे. जसं रेन आहे, स्नो आहे, हेल आहे, sleet. These are the forms of precipitation. So runoff is also a portion of precipitation, portion of the precipitation. It is the rainfall. The rainfall and runoff मध्ये relationship काय? Runoff is defined as a portion of precipitation that makes its way towards rivers, lake, or oceans, surface flow or subsurface flow. So this is known as runoff. Runoff. So this is the discharge flowing in a river or sea. The runoff, the basin drained by that river. The discharge flowing in river is the runoff, the basin drained by that river. So it is the runoff, the basin drained by that rivers, the discharge which flows over the ground surface. It is the runoff from the basins drained by that river. Plus काय म्हणतात? The runoff plus, that is another name, the discharge flowing in river, discharge flowing on the surface or below the surface. त्याला काय म्हणतात? Discharge flowing. त्याला काय म्हणतात discharge. What is called stream flow. त्याला काय म्हणतात stream flow or runoff. हे तीन नाव आहे. तर तिन्हीचं meaning एकच आहे. Discharge flowing in river, so discharge, runoff, flowing over the surface or below the subsurface, below the surface, and stream flow. तर तिन्हीचं meaning एकच आहे. Discharge, stream flow and runoff. These are having same meaning. The runoff plus discharge म्हणतात किंवा stream flow म्हणतात. This is the flow of the water. It is the flow of the water. Okay. So the rainwater, which when it falls on the ground, so it will get collected into the reservoir, in the lakes, or in the depressions, small or large depressions existing in the basin. So in that depressions or in the small depression or large depression, in the trenches. In that trenches or in the ponds or lakes, that water get accumulated and it overflows. So when it gets accumulated in the reservoir, in the trenches or in the depressions म्हणजेच काय, ज्याला आपण खड्डा म्हणतो किंवा रिझर्व्हायर असेल, एक छोटा खड्डा असेल किंवा मोठं तलाव असेल, तर त्याला काय नाव दिलेलं आहे, इट्स लेक और reservoir or its depression, or it is a small pond in which the water is accumulated. So that quantity of water which is accumulated in this depression, त्याला काय म्हणायचं, depression storage. त्याला काय म्हणतात, depression storage. The water which is accumulated in that reservoir, in that depression, त्याला काय म्हणायचं, depression storage. When rain falls in that depression, that pond or lake, water which is stored, that is called depression storage. So all this storage which is either evaporated or used by vegetation, or later it infiltrates into the soil. So when it gets accumulated in the depressions, in the ponds, so it may be evaporated, it may be used by the vegetations or trees, plants, or it will get infiltrated into the ground. So none of the water that appears as surface runoff after infiltration or after evaporation, so there is no appearance of the surface runoff. So if after the depression storage is filled, the rain intensity continues to exceed the infiltration capacity of the soil, then it will, during the rainfall, it will infiltrate into the ground. जेवढी काय त्या सॉइलची इन्फिल्ट्रेशन कॅपॅसिटी असेल तेवढं ते त्या सॉइल मध्ये किंवा जमिनीमध्ये काय होईल, पाणी इन्फिल्ट्रेट होईल. Then the difference appears as rainfall excess, which initially accumulates on the ground as surface detention and then flows as overland flow on the basin surface before entering a stream channel. So that excess rainfall, which the difference between that the rainfall excess which initially accumulates on the ground as surface detention, surface detention, capital D. And the water that flows as a overland flow on the surface before entering a stream channel. So दोनों में difference between the water falls on the ground and the water that flows on the surface before reaching to the any river or sea or lake. And the water that reaches the stream channel of a basin or river or lake or sea, that water, that is called surface runoff. त्याला काय म्हटलेलं आहे? Surface runoff, or it is called direct runoff. The water which flows over the surface and it directly reaches to the river or lake. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Stream channel of basin. त्याला काय नाव दिलेलं? Surface runoff, SRO, and direct runoff is called TRO. So surface runoff that occur only for those storms that contributes to excess rainfall. So during excess rainfall, that excess water that flows over the ground surface and the water that is infiltrated into the ground after infiltration, the excess water that will flow onto the ground. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Surface runoff, or it is called direct runoff. समजलं? Surface runoff म्हणजे काय? The water which reaches to the stream channel during excess rainfall. So that rainwater is said to be surface runoff, or it is called direct runoff. It is called SRO, surface runoff, or direct runoff, DRO. समजलं? Therefore, that excess rainfall, how to calculate that excess rainfall? Excess rainfall that is calculated by is also called effective rainfall. Excess rainfall काय म्हणायचं? Effective rainfall. So effective rainfall कसं काढायचं? Equation is given that excess rainfall or effective rainfall that is given by this equation. The excess rainfall is equal to काय? Rainfall minus interception losses minus depression storage or infiltration. तर जेवढं काही रेनफॉल झालं रेनफॉल त्यानंतर जे इंटरसेप्शन लॉसेस आहे ते मायनस केलेलं आहे इंटरसेप्शन ड्यू टू बिल्डिंग्स ट्रीज that are the interception losses त्यामधनं मायनस केलेलं आहे ओके This is excess rainfall. Excess rainfall is also called effective rainfall. Excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus interception losses minus depression storage minus infiltration. Rainfall जेवढं होईल त्यामधनं interception losses minus केलेलं आहे. Interception due to buildings, trees, etc. There are interception losses, depression storage, हे आता आपण पाहिलंय. Depression storage, the water that is accumulated in the depression. So minus infiltration loss is minus after infiltration into the ground. The excess rainfall, after deduction of this we get the excess rainfall. Minus kind excess rainfall that will flow over the surface. Like surface runoff. आणि जे पाणी इनफिल्ट्रेट झालेलं आहे जमिनीखाली जे पाणी मुरलेलं आहे that will flow, that will reach towards the water table, that will infiltrate into the ground. त्याला काय म्हणतात subsurface runoff. Below the surface, above the surface, that is on the surface it is known as surface runoff. That is surface runoff. Then sum of interception and depression storage for a basin is usually called as initial loss. The sum of interception loss and depression storage is called initial loss or the basin loss or initial basin recharge. Initial basin recharge, or it is called basin loss or initial loss. Addition of this interception plus depression storage. Addition मिळून काय होईल initial loss from that reservoir. Again we can write this equation as excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus initial basin loss. म्हणजेच काय addition of interception plus depression. दोन्हीचे addition इथे घेतलेलं आहे. यामध्ये initial basin loss minus infiltration. हे केल्यावर काय येईल excess rainfall. तुम्हाला excess rainfall कसं काढलंय this excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus initial basin loss minus infiltration loss minus infiltration. Then again the sum of total of initial basin loss and infiltration. Initial basin loss and infiltration यांचं दोन्हीचं addition म्हणजे काय potential infiltration. दोन्हीचं addition म्हणजे काय initial basin loss and infiltration. इथे मागे काय दिलेलं आहे infiltration plus initial basin loss म्हणजे काय addition of interception loss plus depression storage. इथे तिन्हीचे addition घेतलेलं आहे. Addition of this interception loss and depression storage म्हणजे काय initial basin loss. Now addition of initial basin loss म्हणजेच काय interception loss plus depression plus infiltration. तिन्हीचं addition घेतलेलं आहे. त्याला काय म्हणायचं potential infiltration. That is called potential infiltration. Potential infiltration. Three addition. Interception loss plus depression storage plus infiltration. Three addition. Just get potential infiltration. Now it can be written as rainfall minus excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus potential infiltration. दोन्हीचं subtraction म्हणजे काय excess rainfall. So the initial basin loss is very small as compared to excess rainfall. Initial loss जे है ते कमी है. Therefore, it is neglected. It is ignored in hydrological analysis during calculation of this excess rainfall. During calculation of the while analyzing the rainfall data, precipitation data, this initial loss is very less. Therefore, it is ignored or it is neglected, or it is considered to be included in the infiltration. Infiltration मध्ये add करतात किंवा ते ignore करतात. तर if it is quantity is more, then it is added into the infiltration, or if quantity is less, then it is neglected. Therefore, excess rainfall now it can be calculated as त्यामध्ये initial basin loss आहे घेतलं ignore केलेलं आहे म्हणून फॉर्म्युला काय आला आहे. Then the equation is excess rainfall is equal to excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus infiltration. यामध्ये initial basin loss घेतलेलं नाही इथे because it is neglected because it is very small. Infiltration includes initial loss. यामध्ये infiltration में already include केलेलं आहे initial loss. Therefore, the excess rainfall is equal to rainfall minus infiltration. Then the subtraction. Then you get excess rainfall. समझला? So this excess water flowing flowing as a overland flow or channel flow in watershed or in the reservoir. Finally, it appears as a surface runoff at the outlet of the basin. So in the reservoir, this excess rainfall when it flows over the surface, that is called surface runoff. So this storage at any instant it is known as channel storage. That will accumulate into the river or in the reservoir. It will flow over the surface. Surface runoff, and it will reach towards the lake, river, or seas or ocean. समजलं? Runoff म्हणजे काय? Is a surface runoff. The yield of the drainage basin. The yield कसं calculate करायचं? Yield of that drainage basin or yield of that the reservoir, the water which is accumulated in the reservoir or in the drainage basin. The yield कसं काढायचं? The yield of the drainage basin is the same as runoff. Is same as runoff. Divided runoff or surface runoff, that is equal to yield of that drainage basin. So only difference that is expressed over long periods, while runoff is expressed for short periods. जे yield आपण काढतो ते for longer duration for longer period. The yield is calculated for throughout the year or for a longer duration. That yield is calculated. The runoff is that is calculated for short period or small duration. The difference between yield and runoff. The दोन्ही runoff and yield is same आहे. But yield is for which is expected over the longer periods, and runoff which is expected for a shorter periods. The difference. So how it is expressed? Yield is expressed The yield is generally expressed as the total volume of water flowing per year. The total volume of water flowing per year, that is calculated in million meter cube per year. दर वर्षाला त्याचं वॉटर फ्लो किती होते, टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ वॉटर flowing in the reservoir, in the river or ocean or sea, that is expressed in terms of million meter cube per year. So per year it is calculated, yield is calculated per year, and runoff, which is for shorter periods, which is generally expressed as the volume of water flowing at a given section of the river in 1 second or 1 hour. एका तासाला किती पाणी फ्लो झालंय एका तासामध्ये किंवा एका मिनिटाला, for a particular minutes or for half an hour, for 1 hour, or for in 1 second, how much the volume of water flowing in a given section of river, in a section of river that flows at a section of the river, that is expressed in meter cube per second, or it is expressed in meter cube per hour. That is called yield of a drainage basin. समजलं yield कसं काढतात, yield of a drainage basin or yield of the reservoir. समजलं? yield and runoff मध्ये हा difference आहे. Yield is for longer period and runoff is for shorter period. Runoff is expressed in terms of meter cube per second or meter cube per hour, and yield is expressed in terms of million meter cube per year. Okay. समजलं yield म्हणजे काय, runoff, what is surface runoff? So runoff is the runoff, as in the definition of runoff is the portion of precipitation that makes its way towards the river or ocean as surface flow or subsurface flow. It is called as runoff. So it has this runoff, which is which has two terms, runoff and surface runoff. Don't terms. Runoff that includes, that is called RO. It has two different terms. Runoff हे वेगळं आहे, surface runoff हे वेगळं आहे. Runoff that includes all water flowing in the stream channel at any given section, at any given section of the river or sea or ocean or lake, that water flowing in that stream channel, that is called runoff. So runoff मध्ये त्यामध्ये दोन्ही include आहे, surface runoff and subsurface runoff. Okay, the water flows on the surface as well as the water flows below the surface. Subsurface flow and surface flow दोन्ही include आहे त्यामध्ये runoff मध्ये. The surface runoff म्हणजे काय, it is called as SRO. Surface runoff includes only water that reaches the stream channel without first percolating down to the water table. Without percolation into the ground, the water that reaches the stream channel without first percolating down to the water table. It is called surface runoff. Without first percolation into the ground, so the water that reaches to the river channel or stream channel, that is called surface runoff. जे पाणी समुद्रामध्ये किंवा नदीमध्ये पाणी जाऊन मिळते before the percolation to the ground, that water flow on the surface is called as surface runoff. त्यालाच काय म्हणायचं, direct runoff or surface runoff. And runoff is also called as discharge or stream flow. Okay. Now constituents of surface runoff. What are the constituents? What terms related to surface runoff? The surface runoff, surface runoff is the water that reaches to the stream channel without first percolating down to the water table. The water flows on the surface of the ground. It is called as surface runoff. The water that reaches the stream channel without first percolating down to the water table. Before reaching to the water table, groundwater table, the water that flows on the surface and it reaches to the river or lake or sea or ocean, that surface water is known as surface runoff. समजलं surface runoff म्हणजे काय? Any difficulty in this? Please ask. समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. You can unmute yourself, you can ask, or you can ask in chat box. So this is the surface runoff. So this surface runoff, for certain areas, it may be divided into two parts. त्यामध्ये water that flows directly over the ground surface, म्हणजे पाणी ते जमिनीवर ते वाहते. The water flows directly over the ground surface without percolating into the ground. That water which flows on the ground surface. त्याला काय म्हणतात? True surface runoff. It is called true surface runoff. The water that flows directly over the ground surface. त्याला काय म्हणतात? True surface runoff. हा surface runoff चा part आहे. True surface runoff. And second part काय? Second constituent, the first constituent. First part, true surface runoff. Second part is a part of the water that infiltrates through the soil, moves laterally and before joining the water table, joins the river channel. म्हणजे काय? Second part काय? The water that infiltrates into the soil and it moves laterally before joining the water table. जी water table ला किंवा जी पाण्याची पातळी आहे जमिनीखाली जी पाण्याची पातळी आहे, वॉटर टेबल आहे, त्याला जाऊन न मिळता ते पाणी कुठे जाऊन मिळते? समुद्रामध्ये किंवा नदीमध्ये ते जाऊन मिळते. So that waters that infiltrate through the soil, this quantity that flows below the ground surface, that is called subsurface runoff. त्याला काय म्हणतात? Subsurface runoff, or it is called subsurface storm flow. सबसर्फेस रनऑफ और सबसर्फेस स्टॉर्म फ्लो. समजलं दोन्हीमध्ये काय डिफरन्स आहे? दिस इज द पार्ट्स ऑफ सरफेस रनऑफ, ट्रू सरफेस रनऑफ अँड subsurface runoff or subsurface storm flow. So this subsurface runoff, it similar to surface runoff. It behaves nearly similar to the surface runoff, not like the groundwater flow, because it reaches the stream so quickly that it is difficult to this flow of water that reaches the river below the ground surface. It is the subsurface storm flow. So it is nearly equal to the or nearly same as that of surface runoff and not like the groundwater, because it reaches the stream so quickly that it is difficult to distinguish it. So it reaches to the groundwater table so quickly. So another portion that flows over the water table and it will reach towards the river. या diagram मध्ये दिले पहा. It is shown in this diagram. The true runoff and subsurface runoff दोन्हीमध्ये difference दिलेले आहे. The true surface runoff, it is shown here. The water flows on the ground surface. True surface runoff. True SRO. True surface runoff, it is shown here, that flows on the ground surface. Before percolation into the ground, it flows to the, it will flow towards the lake or river. River hai, river or lake. This is the river. It will reach towards the lake or river. And subsurface runoff, is subsurface runoff. The water flows below the ground surface. या ग्राउंड सरफेसच्या खाली आहे, पण या वॉटर टेबलच्या वर आहे. दिस इज वॉटर टेबल. दाखवलं पण वॉटर टेबल. यावर जे पाणी ते त्या व्हाईट्स मधनं पाणी कुठे जाऊन मिळते? इट विल रीच टुवर्ड्स द रिव्हर और लेक. दाखवले पहा. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? सब सरफेस रनऑफ. and the water that will reach towards the groundwater table after infiltration. त्याला काय म्हणतात? infiltration. हे पाणी ते arrows दाखवले पहा. infiltration. Again, after infiltration, again that water, it will reach towards the river or lake. The RO is the runoff. SRO is the surface runoff. Groundwater flow called base flow. त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Groundwater flow जे आहे, after infiltration, the water it will reach up to the groundwater table. From that groundwater table, it will reach towards the river or lake. Like I mentioned, groundwater flow. The groundwater flow is base flow. It is called base flow. तीन में difference कळाला. True SRO, it is on the surface of the ground. Water flows on the surface of the ground. The surface, subsurface, and of the water flows below the ground surface and above the water table. And the water flow flows towards the river as a groundwater flow. That is called base flow. The term is a base flow. These are constituents of surface runoff and runoff. Runoff चे parts आहेत, constituents आहेत. काय true surface runoff, subsurface runoff, groundwater flow, or is called as base flow. These are the constituents or terms related to runoff or surface runoff. समजलं? There were constituents of runoff that consist of these three constituents. त्यामुळे 3 parts आहेत. Direct precipitation over the surface of the stream. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? True SRO, true surface runoff. Second constituent is surface runoff consisting of true surface runoff and subsurface storm flow. दोन्ही त्यामध्ये addition आहे. And third one is groundwater inflow, popularly called base flow. तीन है true surface runoff, subsurface runoff and base flow, or it is called groundwater inflow. These are the three constituents of runoff. So in this, the runoff, therefore the equation of runoff is given as runoff is equal to surface runoff plus groundwater inflow or base flow. Surface runoff plus base flow, दोन्ही से addition है. On the surface of the ground, that is called surface runoff, and below the surface of the ground, that is called subsurface flow, subsurface runoff. And इसका है base flow और groundwater flow, groundwater inflow, दोनों से addition है runoff. Runoff is the addition of surface runoff and groundwater inflow or base flow. So in this, for large lake areas, the evaporation from the water surfaces, so it may be nearly or more than precipitation. It may be equal to precipitation or more than precipitation. Therefore, the evaporation from that large surfaces, large area, that is neglected. In that case, the runoff is given by addition of surface runoff plus groundwater inflow. दोनों से addition म्हणजे काय? Runoff. This is given by this formula. समजलं runoff म्हणजे काय? Addition of surface runoff plus groundwater inflow. आणि दोन्ही से addition. It is called base inflow. समजलं? Okay. So up to this, we have seen this runoff, surface runoff. Next lecture, we'll see the hydrograph of stream flow and base flow. समजलं इथपर्यंत? Any difficulty? Please ask. समजलं का इथपर्यंत? समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. Okay. Here we'll stop. तर पुढच्या लेक्चरला MCQ टेस्ट असेल 20 मार्काची. So everyone prepare for that MCQ test. Okay. Everyone give attendance in chat box.